As we get to Charlie Gasparino now, this is an interesting story. Shifting back to politics for a moment, you know, we've been talking about what happens if the Democrats take the House and whether the market's moving on that, this and that. Well, Congresswoman Maxine Waters is one of the things that would most likely happen. Could end up as the head of the Financial Services Committee. Charlie's here now. She's ranking member, right? So she'd move up.
She will get that job, and it will be a different Financial Services Committee.
You think that's kind of working its way into markets?
And by the way, I'm going to give you a reason that backs up his point,
okay,
Maxine, about Facebook coming under pressure. It's going to be a different committee. It's going to be more focused on holding banks accountable. It's going to be more focused on other investigations. We should point out that what we understand, the banks believe, and people close to Maxine Waters believes they will have a constructive relationship with her, but they're going to have to do stuff on, you know, making sure money and empowerment goes to minority communities, particularly, you know, because she's been a long advocate of that. And you know, obviously the CRA would be something.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
So there'll be a different emphasis, but I think there'll be a constructive relationship between the banks. At least that's what they tell me, and her, and her office. Where it's going to be interesting with Maxine Waters is on other issues. We understand two of the major priorities for her will be, number one, holding Donald Trump accountable. I think you'll get investigations into his finances. Another major aspect I think people will look at will be clearly Ben Carson at HUD. I mean, I think the Financial Services Committee has some oversight over that, you know, because HUD is, you know, issues debt and, you know, is out there in the markets. I believe that that would be under her rubric, and she will be holding them accountable, holding Ben Carson accountable. The other thing that I think will be interesting, and it gets back to his point, banks feel that they're kind of off the hook these days. They feel that the sort of regulatory attention among progressive Democrats, Elizabeth Warren, Maxine Waters, you name it, all the progressive Democrats that would control the House and various committees if they do win. Now, it's still an if. They're not in there. Although
Elizabeth Warren's on the Senate side, but I get the point.
But those type of progressives are more acutely focused on tech. And the banks think that they're going to go after tech more than the banks because of all the stuff he talked about. The fact that Facebook regulates so much of our lives, invades so much of our
tech could get it from all sides, by the way.
So they could get it from all sides. And they think that these progressive Democrats are definitely going to go for tech. But I'll tell you, Maxine Waters' main stuff, from what we're hearing from people close to her, it's going to be on POTUS.
Let me throw, speaking of POTUS, let me throw you a Donald Trump tweet from the President of the United States that just came out. Paul Ryan, tweets the president moments ago, should be focusing on holding the majority rather than giving us opinions on birthright citizenship. He did that yesterday. Something the president says he knows nothing about. Our new Republican majority will work on this, closing the immigration loopholes and securing our border.
Sounds like he's getting nervous that the Dems are going to control. Listen, if they win by one vote, right, let's say they get one extra seat more than the Republicans, they control all the investigative committees. The House Financial Services Committee could be used as an investigative tool, not just against banks. The banks think that they got a good relationship. They'll give her some stuff. She'll leave them alone. They think, and people close to her are telling me her main focus is going to be on holding Donald Trump accountable. Who knows? Getting his tax returns, putting it out. All that stuff is on the table. And Ben Carson at HUD seems to be something that people close to the Democratic majority, close to the Democratic leadership are talking about. They think he's not done a good job at HUD helping minorities.
It's interesting. I mean, we have to go in less than a minute to get on for the top of the hour, but there's this read-in on the president's schedule that says, you know, maybe they've given up on the House because all the states he's going to here over the next week, 7 out of the 8 at least, are Senate races, not House races.
And that gets into the other part of the calculus of the banks. They believe with the Senate controlled by the Republicans, the House is, what could they do to them really in terms of legislation? Not much. And they believe they have a good enough relationship with Maxine Waters. But I am telling you, what I'm hearing from her, she's going to hold the president's feet to the fire, and there's going to be a concerted effort to go after Ben Carson at HUD.
That's interesting. Good stuff, Charlie. I appreciate it as always.